Today we are going to talk about the basics of the unit circle in relation to sine and cosine. According to Google, the unit circle is a circle with a radius of 1. Frequently, especially in trigonometry, the unit circle is the circle of radius 1 centered at the origin 0, 0. Now what this basically means is that we have an axis with a circle on it that extends 1 unit this way, 1 unit this way, 1 unit this way, and 1 unit this way around 1 origin 0, 0. What this allows us to find is the sine and cosine by looking at coordinates on the circle. Now here, the x and y coordinate correspond to the cosine. And how I like to remember this is xy cosine. Now, we can easily see that x is cosine and y is sine. xy cosine. Now, if I were to ask what the sine of -1, 0 was, you can easily tell that the sine relates to 0. So your answer would be 0 is sine. Now, if I asked for the cosine, you'd give -1 because that's the x value. Cosine xy. But what if I showed you something like this? Which letter on the figure to the right could stand for the indicated values? Well, for starters, we know that right here is a 90-degree angle. And if we split this in half, that's 45 degrees on each side. So we can easily see that 20 degrees and 60 degrees go on each side of this 45 split. We can see that these two correspond with these two, and that these two correspond with these two. And because we know co is x and sine is y, we can easily find out the solutions. Now, CD, cosine, that means our cosine of 20 degrees is C. And our sine of 20 degrees would be D. Again, cosine x, y. Now, for our 60-degree cosine, we would have A and B. So, our cosine would be A, and our sine would be B. And that is your solution. So far, pretty easy stuff, but it gets harder. If I gave you something like this with it, same question, but cosine 380, sine 340, cosine -300, and sine 420, you'd be a little lost. And I'll show you how to do that in the next video. If you want to see the next video, you can go ahead and click right here. Please consider subscribing, and if you learned something, hit that like button and share this video. I'll see you in the next one.